We don't do 1 week in Gandangbe land, but given how important this occasion is, the whole world is mourning our son. So it is incumbent on us to show up. That is why we came, otherwise we wouldn't have come at all.
The ceremony, which took place at the Ajingano AstroTurf at East Legon, saw loved ones of the deceased, members of the football fraternity, state dignitaries and members of the general public throng the funeral grounds to show their love for the late Ghanaian player and also to mourn with the family. Notable among the personalities present were the Youth and Sports Minister, Mustafa Yusuf.
And the 1 week, Abino Aji, Bibia, Abino Aji Kanina. Wow. Ministry of Youth and Sports, and Abino, Bibia Behu, Abino, Edia Buebusiano. A funeral Nankasa, President Yatu said, obeying the state befitting funeral, Emma Atsu.
Ghana Football Association's president, Ket Edwin Okreku.
Ora Achunwa, it tells you clearly the sort of person he was and the kind of life he lived and how many people he touched as a human being. At the moment, he's gone. For us, the living, he leaves us with a clear assignment. Say, can continue in his good ways. He served mankind, he served the nation, and it behoves on all of us to also follow his footsteps. I think, say, the solidarity shows clearly how much Ghana loved Atsu and would continue to love Atsu.
Former Ghana Football Association's president, Kwesi Nyantechi. And the former head coach of the senior men's national team, the Black Stars, James Kwesi Appiah. The new Patriotic Party's flag bearer aspirant, Alan Kwejo Chermantin, was given a rousing welcome at the Ajingano AstroTurf Park as he joined the masses to mourn with the family.
Well, we are here to commiserate with the family and to assure them of all of Ghana's commitment to memorize him. We all know that he showed
and that's a very
commitment
cultural display
to the cause of our country.
Cultural heritage.
And in doing so,
brought here
he also displayed humility,
our very own Langabell,
discipline, and he was kind-hearted. And as a national celebrity, this is the kind of disposition and comportment that I hope that all those who are privileged and honored enough to be in such positions to learn from Christian Atsu's life. You can see the outpouring of love, not only in Ghana but all over the world, following his demise. This is a real testament to the kind of person that he was. And we would also like to sympathize with his family, his wife, the children.
In his exhortation, Dr. Lawrence Tete admonished all present to take positive lessons from the life of Christian Atsu and thus live to please the Lord as the late footballer did while on earth.
If you don't know Christ today, don't forget that you are about to die one day. Atsu scored a goal in the afternoon. He was supposed to be going to London at 11 p.m. Because of the celebration, he changed his flight. And 5 hours after, he was a dead person. It took 45 seconds before Reddit for him to lose his life, for him to make his children fatherless, and for him to make his wife a widower, and to make his family members mourners. Live your life well, so when you die, you will have a life.
Nene Agude Obritre III, Adam Mankralo, graced the occasion and had this to say.
We don't do 1 week in Gandangbe land, but given how important this occasion is. The whole world is mourning our son. So it is incumbent on us to show up. That is why we came. Otherwise, we wouldn't have come at all. We don't want to appear to be changing the tradition of the Dangbes. However, we need to show a presence, given that it is an honor to our son, Christian Atsu Twasam. There is nothing greater than the testimonial Atsu has given for himself. First of all, he came from a very humble beginning. He believed in himself and the talents that God has given him. He worked hard, and by the grace of God, he found himself where we all see now. In fact, we are so proud of him that it gives encouragement to the youth that there is hope for the future, no matter what situation you are in. But beyond that, he lived a life that is the legacy that will live on. He is very generous. He's a philanthropist, and he gave to many. It shows clearly that in this journey of life, when wealth comes your way, you have to give to as many as you can, so that at least everybody will share in the love in the world.
He was a good student and helped our school in terms of sporting activities. He led them to the Milo Championship of 2008. So he was a good student and now helping the school in also everything we invite him. He is also a PAOSA member of the school.
Actually, everything has been very fantastic. It's been a good program, although, and everybody is cooperating very well. And then he was very supportive for our school. So we losing him has been something very unfortunate, but then we give all to God. The feeling was very good because we rarely get opportunities like this. So this has even given us opportunity to perform in front of a lot of people. We brought ourselves out, and then the feeling was great.
In fact, it's so fantastic, and how Ghanaians have shown love and compassion. In fact, I am so transpired. He has done a great thing in football, and also has changed the life of many people. And so I am most grateful for how people are showing love and compassion.
Oh, also sad, but I think we are very, very sad. Christian is a good person. He's known for human being, and anybody come to him for help. Whatever that he can do, he always do that to help people. He's a good man.
Some former Black Star players, including Asamoah Gyan, Suli Ali Muntari, Rabiu Mohammed, Prince Tego, John Pinstel, Samuel Osei Kufuor, and Stephen Appiah, were also present at the funeral grounds to support and subsequently mourn with the Twasam family.
For what we are seeing now, you can see he was a great guy. He did his best for the nation, and he was very professional as well. He's jovial. It's difficult for us to see his pictures and to witness this kind of day like this. But what can we do? We're just here to support and to make sure that our friend will rest in the perfect peace.
I never played with him, you know. I think I left before he came. So I think whatever, he has done, it shows, and we Ghanaians are very happy. It's a very sad moment that this thing happened, but all we wish the family to be very strong. Very good. That tells you that, we the players, we are one and we are united, you know, because when you look at the fans that are here and the people that are here, I think most of them love him genuinely. You understand? And it's very sad because it can happen to anybody in different situations. So we hope for the best for him.
Condolence to the family. It's not easy to hear about Atsu's death. And I remember him a lot, and I pray God will save him and give him rest in peace.
Well, as a young player, I'm sure he picked up from somewhere. He was grown up from somewhere, and he knows his life stories. When he became a national star, I think he used to think about his back, giving back to the society, and which is very important. Those people that do such knows his back, knows his lifestyle, he knows where
he was coming from. So if he's giving back to the society, it's a blessing from God.
What had happened also represents a very good example of genuinely, and when people are very deliberate in their practices. Christian was very deliberate in his practices. And he showed a lot of examples of how life has to be lived. And I think that he lived just an example of that kind.
Before the President's Cup against arch-rival Hearts of Oak at the Accra Sports Stadium on March 5, players and management of Asante Kotoko, led by the Chief Executive Officer Nana Yao Amponsa, were at the grounds to sympathize with the bereaved family. Some personalities from the Ghana movie industry and music industry who made their way to the venue at East Legon spoke to Metro Sports.
Atsu to some happens to be a national asset. Likewise, some of us. So this is the time we should show love for the whole country to see that we are all one. Though I'm not a football player, but I'm a football fan. So I think I thought it twice to be here today. And God willing, the D-Day, I'm talking about the funeral day too, I will be around. Because the guy did so well for us. As a national team Black Star player, he did so well. And even though I knew he was a very good player, but after his demise, before I got to know that Atsu was very, 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 very influential and so powerful.
African Cup, no, go be yourself, long range go be yourself. You didn't feed that. And I did tell you say, oh we ain't a say nipa me dono no, or also do me from far minimum, a far cry just a minimum. Minimum be a ball, unhuman say. Na or the TikTok video or 2 minutes nyina kosi tumi say said ya menyu mo den no so bitumi tumi nyum kosi na je say nipa no opewa sam a wa follow asua o 2 minutes nyina de kosi ene mamu say oh nipa me don is no so do me dada eti ne nyina ye mpa ebo ye hunu nyina ne mpa bon say kawrade mfa ne mre yen na so wi ase no obi ntumi nchenya me de wonye de ya me pe no ye.
I mean, we just all came to celebrate the life of Atsu and the amazing person that, he was. Sorry, we have to go. So literally, that's what I just came to do here.
What do you make of his life as an individual?
I think we should all look to Atsu's life and try to live like he did.
Christian Atsu, who played 65 times for Ghana and helped the Black Stars reach the 2015 African Cup of Nations finals in Equatorial Guinea, will be buried on March 17 at the forecourt of the State House.